All right. Well, Kufar, Akbar, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Cross and the Crescent Discussion Group. This is a live stream show dedicated to rightly dividing the truth between Christianity and Islam. We are here. We are going to start being here every Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We were broadcasting on Mondays, then we switched to Tuesdays, then we went to Wednesdays, and we decided just to try Sundays to see how things are going. So we're going to be broadcasting at least until next Sunday. I know at 5 p.m. on Sundays. So welcome. So today's show was not my idea. It's Rad's idea. We're going to talk about the
So you know
Somalis
this
in
idea.
Minnesota. Rad, are you
You know
saying something because it looks like your thing's
really
going on the
you
screen?
know?
If you are, you're muted. Maybe I
Okay.
muted. No, it doesn't say you're muted on the screen. No. Um,
Hold on now,
not
can you hear
sure.
me now?
There we go. Now I can hear you. Okay. There we go.
Okay. I was just saying, so it's my idea, so it's the best idea, of course. Yeah, so
Well, we shall see. Um, we'll see. I wanted to go with. Hold on. Let me just show everybody what I wanted to go with today before we get going that in that
let me
direction.
let me guess,
I
what's
want
something to do with it.
I wanted to go with this right here. I thought this was probably the most fascinating information that I had gotten this week. Was watching a Jay Smith video, and he brought up this inscription that was found on a rock near Taif in Saudi Arabia, about 75 clicks northeast of, or no, straight east of Mecca. Taif, you know, if you just find out what Taif is, you'll know what it is. It's up on the plateau, though. It's not down off of the plateau like Mecca is. But anyway, this inscription on this rock dates to, look at here, they've dated it to 78 AH, which is, and the rest of us here in the world say that's about 697, 698 AD, which means that this is well after the life of Muhammad. Muhammad supposedly died at 632, and we have this inscription dated 697, 698. So this is 60 some odd years after the death of Muhammad. Why is this important? Why is this important? Well, thank you for asking. You get down here and you see it's in the Hijazi script, which is the same script in which the uh, Quran was written. It has the Shahada, and it testifies there's no God. There is no God but God, and you testify Muhammad is the messenger of God. So it has the Shahada in it. So you have the full Shahada in this thing. But here's what it says that's really interesting. Down here on, it says, this is written in the year that the Masjid al-Haram was built in the 78th year, which is the 78th year would be 78 years after Hijrah, which is 697, 698. Now, notice what it says was built. Built. That means that the Kaaba, Masjid al-Haram, was built in 697. That cannot be, it cannot have been built in 697 if Muhammad died in 632. So when we have been going off of on these rants that Mecca did not exist in the 7th century, now we have, and this was going to be the title of the show until Rad changed it on me, we have rock solid evidence demonstrating that Mecca did not exist in the 7th century, or at least until the very end of the 7th century. We have no Masjid al-Haram. Now, Islamic awareness, notice what they titled this, talks about the rebuilding of Masjid al-Haram. But what they're doing is that they are mistranslating this word, this built word. It's not built, or it's built. It's not rebuilding. They're two different words. If you go to Jay Smith's video, I think I have it here. Yep. Uh, it's right here. Let me put it up here on the screen for you. Let me put it up on the screen for you so you can see it. screen. Right here. If you go to Jay Smith's video, you can clearly see that it is the word built and not rebuilt. He explains it all there. What's the name of the book? Number 28, finally a rock inscription proves Mecca was built late. So if you go to that, and this is the thing, this is crazy. This was put out 2 years ago, and I never saw it. I had never seen this video. I had not known that this existed. And I was excited to see this. And somebody rained on my parade and says, no, nobody wants to listen to you, Kafir. We want to talk about Somalia. We're going to talk about Somalia today.
The only problem with it is I just did a quick Google search on that. And yeah, it kind of refutes that whole concept. I mean, this is from AI Overview. The Kaaba was significantly damaged by fire and.
Hey, Isa.
Hey, how's it going? I'm in Tel Aviv right now.
What?
No kidding.
Yeah,
1
o'clock.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
What are you doing there?
I'm doing a volunteer trip.
Oh yeah, that's tough duty. I volunteer to go to Israel. Oh my, yeah, that's hard to do. What do you volunteer to do? Some type of service project or what?
Yes, agricultural stuff. Like helping here. Yeah.
You're not a farmer.
I've done stuff like that.
What do you know about farming unless it's weed? Are you growing weed there, baby boy?
He's growing weed in Israel.
Oi, Bishmir, like, what do I do with yous? What do I do with yous?
So it looks like the leg is doing good. You're out there hopping around.
I am hopping.
Cool, cool.
So what time is it there right now? It'll probably be what, midnight?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Oh boy.
You're out late. How long you been there? Or you just arrived?
I arrived at like 11, but my hotel was closed, and I got to find another hotel. It's a little bit of a nightmare.
No room in the
Yeah, because my flight came really, really late. It really had a horrible delay. So
how can the hotel be closed, dude?
It closes at 10. This hotel, so sucks, but we're gonna make it work.
Are you with a group of people?
I am, but tomorrow we're meeting. I came early.
Okay.
Where are you gonna stay, bro?
I ordered another hotel. I'm hoping they'll let me stay tonight. So.
And by hotel, I'm assuming you mean like hostel, like kind of deal.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You're just walking around town, pulling your suitcase around, trying to find a hotel? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I ordered it already. I'm on the GPS.
Oh,
it's telling me where to go.
Okay. And do you have anybody with you right now?
No.
Oh,
by
Lord
myself.
help you. Good Lord.
By
How
myself.
much further you got to go?
A mile.
Oh boy, you got to trek.
It's going to be good.
Don't they have Uber? What kind of civilized place is this?
What'd you say?
No Uber? No Lyft?
I got an Uber here to this place, but this is, I don't think this is going to be too far. I just have to go down this way, and I'll make it through.
Show us the camera view of where you're at, because I don't know, it's kind of like not looking like a good neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Sorry about the suitcase noise, but
No, that's all right. I'm just a little concerned. Well, Tel Aviv's it's a safe city, but it depends on where you are, of course. But like any city.
That don't look safe.
I'm going to Jerusalem tomorrow.
That don't look safe. That looks like an industrial area. Like, I'm just saying, dude. Just be safe, dude.
Do you know what might be happening, though? We might, modern day debate. AP and I might be doing a debate on Israel versus Hamas. So
that'd be fun.
AP and I are supporting Israel, and then we have Junior. Do you remember Junior?
God, no way, no way.
Who's Junior?
So I think Junior and a partner. So look forward to that. That looks like that will be happening.
No way. Wait, is it gonna be in person?
No,
Is it
no,
gonna be
of
in?
course not. It's going to be on
Oh,
Zoom. I'm going to be here. I'm here, so it might be on
oh,
the first of the year. So if that
okay.
happens, maybe we can cover it here and
All right,
tell you
cool.
what you think.
All right, cool. That
Well,
sounds
send us the
interesting.
link. Send me the link. You
Yeah,
have my
I
email
will.
address. Yeah, send me the.
I do.
I will watch that. I don't know who's Junior. Who is this guy?
He's
You
the
don't know who
Muslim.
Junior is?
Oh, dude, he's the Muslim rapper. Well, he was a rapper. He's from. Well, his family's from Palestine, but he lives in Canada. But he's talking about how he defends Palestine. His family was genocide in Palestine, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, no, he debate. Oh God, he defended. Oh, dude, he's an idiot.
Well,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
He had two debates at DebateCon where he
Yeah.
was debating against he debated against inspiring philosophy.
Wait. Did he also defend like cousin marriage as well? Kind of involved into that? Or no?
I think that was Daniel.
Yeah, that was Daniel, but didn't it also devolve one of his debates that he had also devolve into that where he's kind of defending that? Either way, the dude is not that with it.
I think what his debate he was saying, he talked about Aisha and he said that she was not prepubescent because she had dolls.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah,
Isn't that what makes her prepubescent? Is having the
yeah,
doll?
That was the big thing. That's inspiring philosophy. It was like, huh? What's going
yeah,
on
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Well, I mean, this is what Tabari. I mean, it's Tabari actually is the one that tells us that since she had dolls, that means that she was
Well,
prepubescent because they could not.
well, Junior
You
said it's
can't.
the opposite. That was
Yeah,
Junior's argument. It's
Well,
the
I mean, if
opposite.
these guys, this is what is crazy. A lot of these guys think that they're smarter than these compilers of tafsir and hadith and the histories. I mean, when you get Tabari's the historian. He's the dude, and you're going to
But
contradict Tabari. You're an idiot.
but Junior has a 149 IQ. He's smarter than all of us.
129. Oh, wow.
49,
Oh,
149 IQ.
140. I've seen this guy. I saw it. I saw him on a YouTube. I can't remember where I saw him, but I remember him bringing this up. I have 149 IQ. Well,
And
Have
your
you
sunglasses on?
did you test yourself? Did you just test yourself on one of those online ones that say that you're
Issa,
really smart? It sounds like Marshall Gregory says that he's got a really high IQ too. He
yeah,
belongs in the Mensa Club. The guy's a mess.
Issa, Issa. Did I share SoundCloud with his catalog with his
Say it
gangster
again.
rap? Did I share that with you? Junior's rap catalog. I found it on SoundCloud. Where he's got all his rap music.
I saw his music on YouTube. I mean, it's. I think it's music that Eric will love. I think it's Eric's top tier music.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, Yeah, well, no, he's at this one song where he's rapping about celebrating Eid with an OnlyFans star in Dubai. It's just really bizarre. It's
He has the Andrew Tate type of thing where he said he has 2 million. He has like a video about that where he's making $2 million a week or something or a month. I don't know
yeah,
how you can make $2 million in a month, but he claims that he's doing that. And I'm like, okay.
yeah, whatever. Okay, thinking
I
that kind of
take that
thing.
gig.
Oh,
I always don't trust that when people say they're making a whole lot of money in a very short amount of time.
because they're not. They're not. Yeah,
Like Dan Bilzerian, he claims that too.
yeah, they're
Who
not.
claims that? Who claims that?
Dan Bilzerian.
Is this another rapper on YouTube or?
No, he's like a fitness guru type.
Dude, here's the deal with very wealthy people. They do not brag how much money they make. Do you know why? Because if they do, that goes to the record and the IRS comes after them. That's why. So they gotta keep their mouth shut. Okay. Yeah. You look lost, Issa. You okay? You making it?
I'm making it. I have my GPS on, so I'm good.
You have your what on?
GPS.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing good.
All
Now
right.
this Call Me
Enjoying the
Mom.
shitty too.
If you guys don't know, Call Me Mom. She's a throwback is a bad way to classify her, but she's been in this clear back to our Radio Free Kafiristan days on Blog Talk Radio. She's a classic. Always glad to see her here. Thank you for showing up. Okay, Isa, if you want to stay on, we don't mind you staying on at all. I don't want to listen to your transaction at your hotel, but
No, no, you're
I,
good.
I,
I'll
I
stay
do
on
want to
for
make
right
sure
now, and
that
then
you,
when I get
yeah,
on
I
my
just want to make sure that you get to where you're going. We know
sure,
how
I'll listen.
the
I'll listen in
okay.
Now,
on
if
my
you
way
get
there.
robbed, no, you said if you get robbed or held up, please turn on your camera and we can capture the whole thing.
Well, I appreciate your help. Yes, I will put
No,
my camera on in that case.
Yeah,
no,
we'll use it. We'll use it as clickbait. Get 1 million views. Guy gets mugged in Tel Aviv.
he said robbed on the side of his
live,
cheese.
live on
He's
camera.
one of the residents of the Cross of the Crescent for like 5 years.
Yeah, he gets mugged. Finally gets his comeuppance in Tel Aviv of all places.
By the Zionist juice.
Zion.
Oh,
Okay, so all right. Well, that's good to see that Issa is. I mean, Israel is that's a long trip. Um, that's I don't know. That was maybe a 10-hour flight, 9-hour flight. It was a long. I remember when Queen and I went. It was like a 9-hour flight. It was a long flight. So.
dude, I
Um,
can't deal with the flight to Florida. That's only an hour and a half, dude.
No, well, I mean, that flight. I mean, and then to get off of the plane. Well, to get off of the plane and then your hotel is closed. Real, I mean,
Well, he's staying in a hostel, so yeah, youth hostel or whatever they call them. You know what I mean? Basically, like a boy home. So they have very strict rules. Okay, it's for
what is it?
traveling tourists. So,
Was it like
stuff
an
like that.
Airbnb? Is that what those things are?
No, well, no. It's basically like think of like a work camp kind of a deal. Okay, you go and stay in there. You share a room with like 3, 4 other guys, whatever. Okay, you know what I mean? It's a youth hostel,
Okay, all
basically.
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah, we stayed in one in Machan,
Yeah,
Macon, France.
yeah.
They call it
That's
Machan.
correct. It's a youth hostel. That's
Right.
correct.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's a youth hostel.
Yeah. So they
Okay,
have very strict rules because they don't want their youth that they are protecting to go out and be up staying out all night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning coming in. You know what I mean? It's for backpackers, travelers, that kind of thing. Well, should have stayed at the Holiday Inn. I'm just saying, but yeah, okay, because they're always open.
okay. So let's go ahead and get over to Rad's subject here. And what we're going to be talking about today is this scandal that's going on in Minnesota with the Somalis, the immigrants, this group of people who were brought into this country. Um, from my understanding, is the majority of them came in during the early '90s, uh, during the heat of the civil war that was going on in Somalia. This is Black Hawk Down type era. So there's what is that 92, 93, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Well, yes and no. Actually, no. Okay. They actually, it was under Obama that they did the mass. Okay, drop them off as a voting block as a sect. Okay. Now think about it. You live in Somalia. You live in You live in Africa. You're going to go to Minnesota where you have never experienced cold before all of your life, and all of a sudden you're going to where they have like -10-degree winter from like November until like April. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Oh
You
yeah, I know
know?
exactly what you mean. My sister
Yeah,
raised her kids in Minneapolis,
right.
and it's like child abuse. Yeah, I would
So,
never raise kids in that
so
frozen tundra.
yeah, so yeah, we started during the mid '90s. Okay, started to allow them to come over. Okay, but it wasn't until under that he actually figured out. Look, if we let him just anywhere in the country, we can't utilize him as a voting block. So
Okay,
he
hold on, Red. Hold on, just a second. Your
uh
sound is terrible. I don't know if your connection is bad, but your
what
it sounds like you're in the matrix half the time. I'm not sure.
about now? Let me know.
No, it's not any better. It's about the same.
All right, we're gonna go back to How's this? Is this any better?
That's that's what we were when we started off. But yeah,
It's
it's
workable?
yeah, it's workable. Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. So as I was saying, it was under Biden, not Biden, Obama, where they literally transported in huge blocks, like we're talking 10, no, whole tribes, okay? Whole tribes, they transported to Minneapolis. Now, I remember that. That was a big deal. That was in like 2008, okay? It was like one of the first things he did as president. He allowed this mass immigration, settled them into Minneapolis, okay? Um, but anyway, so that's how we got there. And before we play the video, I just want to give you a side note. Ilhan Omar, who did marry her brother, it looks like, okay? Now, she didn't have sex with her brother, come on, even that's gross for Muslims. But she did marry him to commit immigration fraud. Okay, can you still hear me? We doing good? Okay. Um, all right. Anyway, but her family, her father, okay, was a general
Right.
yeah, okay, general or colonel, whatever, in the corrupt regime that was overthrown.
Mhm.
He was a butcher, okay, or worked for the butcher regime, okay. So yeah, so he's basically a war criminal. The whole family's corrupt. Well, now here's the deal: they belong to one tribe, and there's like several of these Somali tribes that have settled in Minneapolis over the decades now. Okay, right? Here's the thing: they were going to elect a total full-blown communist mayor, like the same party that Mamdani ran under, the guy that looks like in our screenshot, okay, the guy that looks like the pirate guy,
Mhm.
okay, they were going to elect him.
I saw
But
that.
then,
Right.
but then Mayor Fry, smart Mayor Fry, they got outsmarted by the white guy. The white guy went in there and he subverted the other tribes against Ilhan Homer's tribe. No joke. So basically, now in a minor major or major minor city in the United States of America, Minneapolis still is. Okay, it's kind of the capital of Minnesota, right? Minneapolis is, yeah. It's the capital of Minneapolis. Okay, and it actually is a hub of upper northwest part of the country. But the politics were upset because of tribal fractions from Somalia. Think about that. A city, a major city in central or north central of the United States of America, politics. They choose the mayor based on tribal politics from a third world country. Think about how bad that is, dude.
Well, what I
You
would
know what
like
I
to
mean?
know, okay, we were having a conversation before the show about the voting system in Minnesota, but before we get there, when we're talking about Minnesota, and
Uh-huh.
this is what you and I were going back and forth last night. I have no love lost for the people of Minnesota. They're just idiots.
I
This is
don't
the
either.
state. This is the state that elected a professional wrestler to be their governor.
Hey,
They
hey, hey! He
they
don't be dissing him. Don't be dissing him. He
come
ran the Patriot Party. I'm just saying.
Jesse the
Ross
Body
Perot,
Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura.
Navy SEAL, Navy SEAL, decorated Navy SEAL.
Okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
okay. This guy is a flipping nut job.
Well, yeah, that's why I like him.
Okay, and they elected this guy to be their governor. Now, there's a lot of his policies that I agree with. Okay, I'll admit that, but I'm not going to vote for a professional wrestler to be my governor. But the second thing that I ran into, I got to sneeze. I ran, sorry, that I ran into yesterday was this right here. Let me take this off. Where did it go? Right here. Okay, registered voters in Minnesota. If you are a registered voter in Minnesota, and this is what I'm trying to figure out, how many of these Somalis that came into the country, how many of these Somalis, what percentage, whoops, I don't have Isa here we are. What percentage of these Somalis, um, there we go. What percentage of these Somalis, Isa, if you want to come up, you got to unmute yourself. I just put you on mute. What percentage of these Somalis are actual U.S. citizens? How many have gone through the process? How many have gone through the process of attaining citizenship, paid the fees, did the paperwork, got and second, and also, how do you do a background check on somebody from Somalia? I mean, how can you how how are you verifying this information? Because in order to get into the United States on a visa, you have to provide evidence of who you are to our embassy in that region. If you don't have a government there that is, and I think Somalia, if I'm not mistaken, was one of those when in Trump's first term, they called it the Muslim ban or something like that, where he said that he was banning Muslims, all Muslims from coming into the country, some kind of BS thing that they threw on him. But the reason why he did this is because they have no, I mean, they have broken governments in these countries, and there's no way to vet the people. Look at Syria. Syria is another basket case. How can you vet people from Syria coming into this country when the government does not exist and they don't have the databases, the access to the information that we have here or any other civilized country? How can you vet these people? And that was the argument when Trump was president before. But my question is okay, of these Somalis that are here in the United States that were immigrants, not their children, because we all get these anchor baby crap that's going on. But let's for the ones that immigrated here, how many of these people are actual U.S. citizens now and eligible to vote? Because in order to vote in our elections, you have to be a U.S. citizen. You just cannot vote in an election because you happen to be in the United States. You have to be a citizen. I know that's for national elections. I'm not sure for state elections if Minnesota is so far gone where they allow non-citizens to vote for like a mayor or something, some crap like that. That may be the case, but the fact is that I would say that the majority of these people that were immigrants did not get citizenship because they wouldn't pay the fees or they wouldn't, because they're just a bunch of criminals. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They're just a bunch of criminals. And then coupled with that, this is what I ran into. Let me show this on the screen. Is that if you are in Minnesota, let me see if I can make this bigger. Zoom in. There we go. Okay, if you are a voter in Minnesota, what you can do is at the poll station, a registered voter can vouch for up to 8 voters. So if you do not have the documentation or you do not reside in a precinct which you want to vote for, somebody who is a registered voter can vouch and say, hey, yes, this person does. This is my neighbor right here. He's vouching for that person so they can vote in that election. Up to 8 people, just one registered voter can vouch for up to 8 people. Try to tell me that that is not criminal or does not open up a whole slew of criminality in it. There is no way you can have a not a legal election, but a legitimate election. Excuse me. There's no way that you can have a legitimate election and allow people just to walk in on an unregistered voter, just walk in on the day of the election and say, hey, I want to vote, and then say, this person says, well, I vouch for him because he's my neighbor. You cannot do, I mean, what happens if this person, because what they'll do after the election is they will mail a postcard to the address that the person provides. And if that person is at that address, he just signs the postcard and sends it back in, and all is forgiven. Your vote counts. My question is what process is there, or what evidence is there that they have gone in and deducted those votes that were cast illegitimately because those postcards were not returned? If they are running that with the same sort of scrutiny that they have been placing on all of these welfare systems that have been defrauded to the tune of $9 billion, I can guarantee you that that's not happening. And this whole shindig in Minnesota, to include the election of that Ilhan Omar wench, I'd call her a lot worse, but let's just leave it there, is illegitimate. I can almost guarantee you that because of this fact that they can do this, that they can allow those people to vote illegitimately, just vouch for them, politicians run scared because you get a block like this. And Rad just pointed this out. You have two tribes that are vying for power there or something like that. You have this tribal stuff going on.
They have like eight tribes there. But Mayor Fry was able to exploit that to his benefit because he's an evil white man and oppressor. But anyway, and no, there's video of Ilhan Omar with this pirate dude after they lost. So they're saying there are some people, Ilhan Omar in Somalia, there are some people in our community who are not in our community. They need to be thrown out. You know who they are. They talk. They talk too much. And they are not of this tribe. We need to get rid of them. No, seriously. No, there could be tribal warfare over this. But let's get to the video where we can go over and we can check out some of what they've been doing. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Go ahead and let's give it a play.
Okay. Do you want me to play it or are you going to play it on your end?
No, you play it on your end because, yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we have this Nick Shirley. Okay, let me just say something about this Nick Shirley guy. This guy is 23 years old, if I'm not mistaken. His photographer is his mom. And this guy has gone in and busted wide open, done some investigative reporting, and has busted wide open this whole scam that's going on in Minneapolis. He did it with a little camcorder and his mom. What he's doing is he's doing the job that 60 Minutes that used to do before they started running cover for the Democratic Party that is stealing your money. Let's make sure we understand what this money is for. This money is for women, poor women, and children, to provide daycare for them, to provide food for them, to provide housing for them, to provide medical care, transportation for indigenous people, and they're stealing it from the taxpayer. Now, if the taxpayers had gone in and stolen money dedicated to providing services for these Somali refugees, you would have this whole uproar of, oh my gosh, we can't do this. These refugees, shut up. These people are criminals and they're stealing us blind. They're making us pay the jizya, what they're doing. They're doing in Minneapolis what they're doing in London, England today. So let me go ahead and play.
Wait. One thing I just want to add on this, and we do got to play it, but one thing I want to add on this is something that Governor Tim No Balls Walls, runs on. This is his pride achievement, where he said he made, affordable childcare for all, child meals for all, you know what I mean? No, this is his thing that he did, that he ran on, and dude, $9 billion in fraud, dude. The Somali government's GDP is $12 billion. We funded the Somali government. But anyway, let's play this. So he'll get into this. Let's play this. Go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead.
David, let's get into this and be...
Can you hear that?
Yep, we're good.
Prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How?
Okay, that's still 8. That's still 8, not million, billion with the B.
Why I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking, and then I'd go by another daycare.
Okay, so these daycare centers, let's make sure we understand this. This is Tim Walz. This is what socialism does. This is what the Democratic Party and their attempt to buy votes and their attempt to provide for the masses um, does when they develop these programs. These programs are nothing but are nothing but avenues for people to basically just rip off the federal government. Rad, can you do a check? Hold on, I'm going to go ahead and do this check real quick. I'm going to ask Grok. Okay, of the COVID money, approximately how much of it was stolen from the federal government? I mean, this is where they started shoveling money out the door because we had this COVID emergency. We had to shut down the government. We had to go through this. Let's see here. Let's see. Out of the 4.2 trillion dispersed, according to the figure, outright theft, separate from an additional 123 billion estimated as wasted. They about 10% of the total aid. So that would be 10% of 4.2 trillion is what? $420 billion was stolen.
And that's just what they know of. Trust me, it's a lot more. They just gave money to everyone. But well, let's continue playing this because this looks really interesting.
Some experts estimate up to 1 trillion or 20% of the spending. When we talk about unemployment insurance, small business loans, even that, who's that? The congresswoman just got busted for, or they're investigating her for. Is it?
Oh yeah, she had the ring. Yeah, she brought $120,000 ring, and then she photoshopped it out of her official picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get let's
okay.
I'm playing. So let's get into let's get into.
Okay, here we go.
And I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child.
No children at a daycare. And the daycare is getting $1 million.
There. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation, contributing, but they never had a passenger. Never, ever once.
Okay, they're supposed to go out and pick up people who cannot transport themselves to, whether it's to doctor's appointments or to other type of appointments. That's what those rides are for. And they're ripping people off. They're reporting that they're giving people a ride, but they're not giving anybody a ride.
And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
Okay, that's the point that I'm trying to that I made, is that there is no oversight of this money, because if there was oversight, this would have been an easy catch. But the reason why there's no oversight of this money is because if you dare to raise the question, then a couple things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to be called a racist, bigot, and a Islamophobe, because Somalis, 99% of Somalians are Muslim, and the fact that they happen to be non-Caucasoid, you're going to be called a racist. But the second thing is that the voting block, just as Rad was saying, the voting, you're going to get voted out if you would dare to provide any type of oversight. This has been raised to Tim Walz several times. You know, the guy that carried a gun in combat.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research. And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, What are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
Okay, so what are these child cares being, this money is being funded for? To provide poor women, poor children, daycare. And what are they doing? They're stealing it. They're stealing it from the people that need it the most. And what are they doing it? They're doing with it. They're enriching themselves, and they're funding those terrorist Muslim terrorist organizations, Al-Shabaab.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations, and even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
Okay, so if there's no violation, somebody is going down there and checking up on. I mean, you have to check up on them to find a violation. I would think you would have to come out on site.
False. No. I don't know if they get into this in this video, but I've seen other interviews with other people where they actually. This is the thing. The one of the controllers or whatever, the people, they said we didn't have enough people to go out and investigate and do site visits. We just didn't have enough people to do it. Okay. Not only that. Okay. Actually, no. Governor Ron DeSantis actually retweeted it because this woman actually said this officially, and he's like, "What are you talking about? In the state of Florida, we do on-site checks of every care facility we fund. Okay, once every couple of months, dude, just unannounced checks. Okay, it's verifiable. Okay." No, this is horrendous. Oh, but here's another thing. Just wanted to comment again. It is documented in whistleblowers' accounts that they were blowing the whistle, and whistleblowers are punished because they were told, if you shut us down, we will just unite as a block of Somalis, and we will call you what? Racist and Islamophobes, and we will protest outside your house. Okay?
Yep.
Right? We'll burn down the city. Okay. That's what this is.
You're racist if you would dare to, but yeah, racist.
Go ahead. Continue on.
Racist. Yeah, you're racist. Yeah. It's sick.
And who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say something. Federal money, meaning that the federal government can now investigate it.
Yep. Pam Bonnie better get off her ass, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go.
So you have adult daycare, and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, and a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address. There's another building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
And the government knows about this?
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're afraid.
There it is right there. Don't label me. Don't label me a racist. Don't label me a Islamophobe. But here you have everybody knows this is going on. But they don't have and this is it's the same thing as in England was it Rotterdam, where those 2,000 girls that were groomed and raped because people were afraid. What?
It's still going on. I mean, they just switch. Oh no, seriously. Oh my God! No, they're putting women in prison for 18 years for stabbing to death their rapists. Okay, and the judge actually orders, the judge in the UK says, yes, I know he violently sexually assaulted you in the car park, but you did bring it. You did have a knife on you, so you did bring it. Sentence her to 18 years. Seriously, 17-year-old girl brutally raped and assaulted gets 17 years for murder because she killed her rapist. And the judge, no, I'm sorry, England is following it. Let's get back on this. It looks like Minneapolis following.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Afraid of their own shadow, and I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Wall's saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walls is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history. Anywhere.
We're going to go.
Pause it. Okay, let's be clear on something. La Cosa Nostra, the Italian mob, well, Chicago mob too, was taken down by Italian district attorneys. Do you know this?
Say that again.
The Cosa Nostra, the mafia in New York City. Now, they're still there, but they've been greatly weakened, okay? But every one of those district attorneys were all Italian. Because Rudy Giuliani, okay, and others, they were Italian, and they were sick of the mafia stealing from their own people, stealing from the government. And they went after them, and they put RICO cases on everyone. Think about this. There's a guy, okay, he's a good guy now, okay. Oh God, what's his name? He's a mafia guy. He went to prison.
Gotti?
God, I can't think. No, not Gotti. Not that. He does a podcast now, but he's a Catholic. He's, whatever. No, he actually does inspirational stuff. He's really good. I can't think of his name right now. But he had a gas tax scam in New York City. Basically, he figured out how to scam New York City from gasoline taxes. And he was, a multi-millionaire, okay, at 23 years old. Well, guess what? Italian prosecutors took him down. They went RICO on him, okay? You know what I'm saying? No, they got everybody, okay? There should be RICO cases against all these people. Everyone, okay? Should be under federal indictment, like, real soon, okay? If we have... Pam Bondi's gotta go. I'm sorry. This shit, no. If they won't go to prison. I'm sorry. They'll just chalk it up and say, well, no, because you're racist. But think about this. If this was the Italian mafia, they'd all be RICO'd by now. They'd all be in prison. You know what I mean? All in jail awaiting massive charges, okay? Okay? But no, because there's Somali Muslims, we can't touch them. Oh no, you're racist and Islamophobe if you point this out. Actually, Governor Tim No Ball Walls. Do you know what he said? He said, yes, I take responsibility. I take responsibility for all the white crime in the city. Literally said this. Blame white crime. Blame this on white criminals. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Anyway, continue on, dude.
Okay, well,
I'm just so sick of it.
I just pulled up an article says that Kash Patel is now investigating this. The FBI is on it, and they talked about 250 million from COVID relief. So they're going through it. She has got 78 indictments, 57 convictions. But now what they're doing here, attempting to bribe a juror for 120,000. Oh, who's this guy? Muhammad somebody?
What? A Muslim?
Yeah, I know.
Wait. No, you didn't hear about. We should have mentioned this. I should have brought up video on this. So about 3 weeks ago, there was a Somali couple or whatever that were convicted on fraud schemes like this. Okay, over $100 million in fraud. It took the jury like 3 hours to convict. The jury said, dude, this is an open and shut case. He made no attempt to cover his trails. His 80 IQ failed because no attempt to cover his tracks. No elaborate, escorts with an escort, no, nothing, okay? All right? They found him guilty on all counts. The judge, this left-wing judge, overturned the jury's verdict, and without explanation why, just found him not guilty.
Right, I saw that, yeah.
So what the hell? What are you going to do? So what? You arrest them. You bring them to court. And some lefty judge just says, yeah, no, they're not guilty. Do you see what I'm saying? None of these people are going to do a day in prison, dude. I guarantee you. Dude, the only ones that are going to do a day in prison are the underlings, are the saps, the dopes, the ones with the 60 IQ. Not the 80 IQ, which are the geniuses, but the 60 IQ. You know what I mean?
The criminality involved in it, the obvious, abject criminality involved in all of that. It's just over. In this day and age, people are just getting fed up with it.
All right, hold on.
Sounds like Isa is engaging in some type of business transaction at his hotel. He'll come back on when he's done. All right, let's get back to this guy here. Okay.
These daycare centers, we're going to see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now with all of
Oh, you mean they're violent too? Not only are a bunch of criminals, but they use violence to enforce their criminality. Oh, gee, shocker. This is why people need to exercise the Second Amendment privilege.
David's evidence, we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon. Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually has another child care registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, $1.604 million in fiscal year 2025. Fiscal year 2024, they got about $800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually 2 daycares are registered here.
Okay, one thing that I noticed when they were doing those numbers, the Mako was up to 2022, and then this many other one is 23, 24, and 25. So I'm not sure if he's conflating these two, but the bottom line is that both of these child cares have received federal dollars, state and federal dollars for child care that they are not providing. Watch this.
One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year, and there are no children. Every facility as you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
Yeah.
Try to get in, rang the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground.
Okay, pause it. Okay. So just real quick here. So they do point out this is supposed to be open 7 days a week from 7 to 10. Now, here's the deal. Okay, this is childcare, right? Okay, so this is supposed to be a place where working parents, working moms, can drop their children off, okay, while they go to work, okay? So this makes sense to be 7 days. I do fault them for not saying what day and, time they showed up. But either way, it doesn't matter because it's supposedly open 7 days a week, right? Okay, so they should have, something going on there, okay? But that's but no, I really think they should have said this is a Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday morning or even a Saturday morning, even a Sunday morning. You know what I mean? But another thing that stands out, but no, faulting them on that. But nothing that stands out. Why are the windows blacked out? Can't hear you, Eric. Can't hear you. You're muted. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear
I have
you.
an explanation for that. My grandson had come in.
It's a
Okay,
strip
so
club. It's a strip club. I'm just saying,
no,
whatever.
let me just.
Okay.
I have an explanation for that. Okay,
Okay, go
number one, the windows are going to be blacked out for privacy issues. You're not going to want people walking by and looking at children going.
Dude, no, I'm sorry. I claim false in that because I used to pick up my nephews and nieces at childcare from my sister, okay? And there were no windows blocked out. Everybody could see what was going on there, okay? Because you don't want, okay, to have blacked out windows where, no, seriously, everything was out in the open. You could see what was going on. No, don't get me wrong, it wasn't big screen, whatever. But still, windows were open. No,
Okay,
regular.
I'm just providing you the answer that they're going. I'm just telling you.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The second thing is that he tried to open the door. A child care center is not going to allow anybody just to come in off the street to walk into their child care facility. That's a security issue. So when they rang the doorbell and nobody answered, that tells you that there's a problem. Because if you bring children to the child care and you're a parent and you come to pick them up and you ring that doorbell and nobody's there, that is a problem. That is a security problem. Not only for you as a parent, I mean, the anxiety that you would go through as a parent. I can't reach my child. This daycare center is supposed to be watching them. They won't even open the door for me to let me come in. What do I know what they're doing to my child? So there's both sides of this issue, but I can see the problem is nobody answering when you ring the bell. Nobody's home.
Right? No, exactly. This is another thing where I felt this so far, and it goes to their young. Okay, this guy's 23 years old, young. If he would have went to Project Veritas, okay, James O'Keefe.
Hold up.
James O'Keefe.
Isa's back.
You made it?
Isa.
You got a room? You got a room?
Yeah.
Cardboard box?
Yeah, I have a room. It's like a little pod. I'm in a
cardboard box? You're in a cardboard box. Okay, cool. Yeah. You should have stayed at the...
That is a pod. What is that, like 18 square feet of room for you or what? I mean, good night.
Yeah, but I'm happy to have a room. I'm blessed. I'm not...
How much does this cost you?
No,
I'm just curious. How much did that cost you? Just curious.
$44.
Oh, that ain't bad. I mean, it's just some place to sleep, get you off the street, keeps you warm, keeps you dry. That's all you're asking for.
It's a blessing, man. I just take it as that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're glad that you're safe and sound. What time do you got to get up in the morning?
I'm pretty much free. You know what I mean? Like we're meeting at 2:00 in Jerusalem, so I just need to.
Oh man, you got all morning. Why don't you go down to the Temple Mount?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I have a whole 11 days here, so you know.
Did you bring your Palestinian flag with you?
They asked me today. They said, "What's your ethnicity? Are you Pakistani?" I said, "Well, actually, my family's Indian. They like Indians. They don't like Pakistanis." So.
Actually, there's a big Jewish outreach in India, from what I'm told. They actually have a bunch of kibbutzim and stuff in India. But anyway. All right, dude. Well, get some rest, bro, or stick and listen to the show. You know,
I'm gonna be staying with you right now. It's nice to have cool friends. You know, I've got my friends here. So.
All right, cool.
All righty, brother.
All right.
Okay, be careful how you plug in that phone, because if my memory serves me correctly, they run 220 there in Israel. And you're gonna blow stuff. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. He's already ahead of me. Sorry.
All right.
Silly boy.
I appreciate you. You're wonderful. Thanks, man.
All right. So what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Isa, I'm just kidding. Is that no? Okay. So no, he should have went to Project Veritas. Project Veritas. They wouldn't have showed up as these two white guys to a Somali daycare. They should have had black dudes showing up to the Somali daycare. Okay. Just saying. Not only that, but they also should have had to try, well, maybe they do later, but they tried to enroll kids in these fictional daycares as Somalians. You know what I mean? Or just even African Americans. I'm just saying, so hopefully he learns from this and he does a better job next time. Okay, but there are some flaws to this documentary so far. But either way, it's still solid because they're supposed to be open 7 days a week, okay? You know, from 7 a.m. till 10 o'clock in the morning, and there's nobody there. Nobody's answering the door. Yeah, you know what I mean? Either way, but let's continue on.
Yeah.
I'm
saying you're probably right. And these people are like, oh, well, we have no idea who these guys were that were ringing our doorbell or what. You know, you're going to hear every excuse under the sun.
Exactly. Don't give me an excuse.
What I would do is I would set up a van outside of the daycare and videotape how many children are actually let in that joint in the morning. How many people how many kids actually go through there? If you're paying $5 million or $1 million a year to run kids through those two daycares there, how many kids is that actually servicing? And if it's just one or two kids, are you kidding me? Yeah, are you?
Well, first of all,
kidding me?
No, I agree with you what you're saying. I'm just saying I would not set up a van out with a camera filming kids outside of a daycare center. I'm just saying that's going to set up alarms. What I would do is I would set up a spy cam in that tree that we're looking in right now. Not a problem. Okay, that does time-lapse photography. Okay, boom. Every minute it takes a photo. Okay, boom, 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 boom. And you can set it up from a specific time. And that way you can tell, okay, or, you know, how many kids are coming in. And I guarantee you're going to see no kids coming in there. You know what I mean?
And this is what they're proving. They put a deer cam, a deer camera right here on this tree right here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, but anyway, continue on. Let's continue on. Maybe they do that later. I don't know.
There's no play area for the kids. So, where are the kids? Where's anybody?
Also, what he showed earlier was those vans that they use to transport people. He said that they hadn't been moved over a year. So that's another deep fraud.
How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No. Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next location. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
Covering for each other. Notice how they're covering.
This one, in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally one block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here.
Notice that the sidewalks are shoveled. I'm pretty impressed with that.
That's another thing. No, that's another thing I know. So they are providing care. Go ahead.
This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as a receiving.
Okay, children that go to daycare center need to go outside. Kids need to be out. I mean, we all know that. Kids need to be outside. And again, this daycare center that's back here, the one that is right here, you have no playgrounds. You have no place that I saw, even a simple slide for them kids to play outside. It's like keeping an animal in a cage in your house all day long. And you cannot, anybody who runs a daycare will tell you this. You cannot keep kids inside all the time. You have to let them get outside. Now, I get it. It's Minnesota and it's cold 6 months out of the year. I wouldn't want to, like I said, it's child abuse to raise kids in Minnesota. But they're used to it. If you talk to my niece, she'd be outside. It'd be, 10 degrees outside. She'd be outside in, just a vest and a short sleeve shirt. But the fact is that there's nothing out there for them to do.
You get acclimated. No. But look at the area. These are industrial complexes. And you're right, they're cleaning the sidewalks, and I thought about that. But again, this is the building stuff.
Look at over here. Look at this van. This van.
Yeah, this covered. Yeah,
it's covered.
And moved. Yeah.
And this has been shoveled for quite a while.
Right, but no, what I'm saying, but no, this is not them. They're not doing this. This is whoever maintains this complex. In other words, they pay rent and they pay a fee to clean this area out, and they just come. You know what I mean? No, this is not them doing this. This is somebody else that they pay money to do this. Okay. But
yeah, this is a great. Oops, here we go. This is a great point. Call me mom. She's talking about, okay, don't they, daycares, I am certain of this, are required to have cameras in all of the rooms in which kids occupy. And there has to be a minimum. I mean, go ahead and try to find that. See if there's a state law in Minnesota that they have to maintain tapes of the kids in these common areas for certain amounts of time. Let me go ahead and I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to try to find this. That's a great point.
Good point. Yeah.
Okay.
Millions of dollars. I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door. Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Why? Can I speak to a manager?
Why? Why would you check a child in here?
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare. And after a few questions,
they should have had a black guy do this.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now we're...
Okay, so it's obvious that they are they're defrauding it. Okay, so let's see. Minnesota has enacted a law requiring video security cameras in certain. Let me bring this up. I had this on Grok. I went to Grok. Let me bring this up here so everybody doesn't think that I'm dissing you or anything like that. Okay, so Minnesota state law on video surveillance in licensed child care centers. Okay, Minnesota has enacted a law requiring video security cameras in certain licensed child care centers, codified statute. This requirement stems from legislative efforts in 2025 to enhance child safety in response to maltreatment incidents. This law does not apply universally to all daycares, but targets specific centers based on prior issues. Okay, who it applies to? The mandate affects licensed child care centers that are required to post a public memorandum about a maltreatment under investigation. So in order to get a license, we're not talking about an in-home daycare where you have like 2 or 3 kids. We're talking about these big daycare centers. We have 40, 50 of them. I guarantee you that this pertains to them. Compliance begins within 6 months. Centers must maintain systems for 4 years after posting. 4 years, you have to keep these at least one camera per room.
Oh, dude, we could subpoena that. Oh, hell no. There you go.
I'm praying for a second. Yeah, okay, so there you go. There you go. So we have it right there.
All right, Freedom of Information Act. Okay, we got to contact Shirley. Shirley, don't call me Shirley. If he's willing to. I mean, seriously, but, dude, this is... Again, there are many problems with this documentary. Like, you saw that scene where they came up, a white dude coming up. I want to enroll my son Joey. And she's like, why? That's the wrong answer. But, of course, they got an open camera. You know what I mean? I mean, they're just... Dude, you can see them a mile away. Okay,
yeah,
and I'm sure...
They probably know that they're under the gun, and this is coming. They probably smelled it coming.
Exactly. Well, hello.
Or the neighboring daycare.
That's another thing. Yes.
Said, hey, yo, look, there's somebody coming around.
Well, even okay. No, yes, exactly. Well, first of all, white dude showing up with a woman. You said his mom is the camera woman with an actual open camera where they're filming stuff. Shows up to a Somali daycare saying, I want to enroll my son unannounced. Normally you would call, but anyway, I want to enroll my son. Dude, I'm sorry. Whatever, we're not letting you in. You're an idiot. Okay, besides right. No, that's what they should have had. I mean, no, they should have been smarter about this and had actually black guys or women, okay, even Somali men and women, whatever, okay, show up and be like, yes, I want to enroll my son, whatever. You know what I mean?
The FBI is gonna come in here, and it's gonna be
right, yeah. But here's the bottom line: you got two daycares in the same complex. I'm sorry, what do you mean you got two daycares in the same complex? That doesn't work. You know what I mean? Anyway, but there's no play area. Even if it's wintertime, there's still these slides and playgrounds for the summertime. Okay, but even if it's wintertime, there should be snowmen. There should be, you know what I mean? You can take the kids out, make snowmen, and build forts. And you know, I grew up in Illinois, and dude, I used to love wintertime.
Minimum. Give the kids a shovel and have them shovel your driveway.
Exactly. You know, build forts and tunnels, and it's cool.
That's my thinking on it.
Yeah, continue on.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Switch it back.
Child care.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door. I want to put my son Joey in daycare.
They're racist.
Because I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
Okay, that's that 80 IQ kicking in right there. When? Well, it's right there. It says 2025. You do know what year it is, don't you, brother? Come on.
But again, I have to point out, pause it. Again, I have to point out, this documentary would have been a lot better if they would have said this is a Wednesday afternoon or a Wednesday morning or whatever. You know what I mean?
What's happening? What's happening? I don't understand. What's happening?
Exactly. You know what we got to do? We got to put Isa undercover on this.
See, now he can pull it off. He can pull
he
it
would,
off.
yeah, because he's a great actor. He'd go in there with the body cam.
He pulled it off. Yeah.
He said, "Let us know when you get back from Israel. We're going to send you to Minnesota."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're going to Minnesota next. Anyway,
you just can't live.
Do you know what's really interesting?
Yeah.
There's a big support for Somaliland over Somalia. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, so I've been noticing. But Ilhan Omar hates Somaliland.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, do you know that there's been a genocide of the Somalilander? I have very, very close companions who are Somalilander, especially one particular person in my life. So it's like they tell me all about Somaliland. And it's very tragic. Yeah, what happened to the Dorod clan, what they did to Somalilanders is horrible. There's this guy who was a taxi cab driver, and he actually he pretended to be a Somalilander to get into the United States, but he was trying to escape from the crimes that he was doing and he pretended to be the people that he was actually executing. It's insane. It's insane. Okay. The Somalilanders are democratic. They're very different. It's a very different situation. They're very peaceful, and that Ilhan Omar says it all belongs to Somalia.
Well, Ilhan Omar's a liar. I mean, if she does not get removed from Congress, there is no justice. We're done. When you can demonstrate. You can clearly demonstrate that she committed immigration fraud by marrying her brother and then wants to come to our country and lecture us about how racist we are. Screw you, lady. If you are not removed from Congress, if people can't recognize this from Minnesota, we're lost. And, even people from Minnesota, as brain dead as they can be because they live in that frozen tundra, they have to be able to recognize it. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get back to these guys.
Oh, I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay. Well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
Racist!
No?
Racist!
Yeah,
racist.
I would like to see if I can.
They need a marketing. They need a marketing plan. No, I don't know. I don't know how many. I work there, but I don't know. Well, if you don't know, brother, I'm not putting my kid in your daycare because you don't even know how many kids you're supposed to be accounted for crying out loud.
But best case. Okay, they're a racist daycare because they won't allow a white man to enroll his white child into the Somali daycare.
There you go.
I'm just saying, racist.
Yep. Call them racist. Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No! He's a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because I'm like.
Oh, there it is.
Racist.
Right there. She's scared of him because he's a white guy. You live in a country that is predominantly white, and you're scared of white.
Where did you get refuge? Who gave you refuge in the United States? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Maybe it was people of European ancestry. I don't know. I find that to be quite bizarre.
This is what you get from people that have an 80 IQ. This is the only retort. You're a racist. You're white. It's only about the depth of their argument in defense. It's all about this color of your skin.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah. No.
But
no.
You said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
there you go.
they're all getting mad because he's shown the paperwork of this business being registered as a business. 74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
now they're all getting mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking for the owner if you're telling me to talk to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
I'm sorry.
Does anybody?
I'm sorry.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers.
Why ain't that kid right there in the daycare? He look like he can take 2 spaces.
Preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Okay, I don't speak Somalian. Pause it. I don't speak Somalian, but I guarantee you they're cussing this dude out big time. Okay? Yeah. I'm just saying, dude. Oh, yeah. We got to get a translator say, okay? Literally, I mean, seriously, because I'm serious. It's on the level of the highest profanity that you could ever bet. I mean, seriously. No, seriously. But also notice all of these people look very well fed. Yeah, they've been enjoying the good free life of the corn style Midwest farm. You know what I'm saying?
They've come to Planet Fitness with me, and we can get on a treadmill or maybe go on some of the machines.
All right, let's
it's only $15 a month, Rad.
I already signed up. I just got to go.
To the next location. Have a good day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city. And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million.
Oh, bingo, no. That's no footprints. No footprints in the snow. There you go. Yeah. I am sorry. I don't care what kid you are. If you are from Somaliland, you are from South Africa, you are in snow, you are playing in that snow. You're like, you know what I mean? It's just going to be the coolest thing ever, dude. But anyway, continue on.
It sounds like what he's trying to say is
5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now. From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous...
Okay, so they're being tailed.
Well, my question is, why is this not being investigated? Like, why are not, like, the government saying, hey, we need to see information of these children? You know, like, you and I have both worked in, you know, taking care of students and being a teacher, and there's lots of paperwork that you have to do for that. You have to showcase all the students and all of that stuff. So why isn't the government doing that? That's wild. They asked Ilhan Omar this, and she just like, I don't know. That was her answer.
If you can't, and you're absolutely right with the accountability thing. If you have to, as a teacher, as a school, you have to maintain 100% positive, not surveillance, positive. What's the word I'm looking for? Where you have to maintain, you have to know where those kids are 100% of the time. You have to know this, and because if a mom or dad calls up and say, "Hey, can you send Johnny or Susie to the front office? I want them to come home, or I want to talk to them right now." If that school is not able to have that child there within just a couple of minutes, all hell would break loose. You have to maintain accountability. You have to maintain 100% accountability of every single one of those kids at all times. Just something as simple as going outside for a fire drill. You have to count heads. And if these people can't tell you how many kids, that one guy said, I don't know how many kids are in there, you're a liar. You are an absolute liar. If you cannot just give a guess of how many kids are in that building at any one time, you run. Don't ever let your kid get anywhere close to that building. All right. Here's that sign that you sent. Quality Learning Center. Should we call that number?
Oh, that sounds like a good idea, but I think it's disconnected. I think people have called it.
Okay, hold on. Let me, okay, you guys go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. I'm going to go get my phone back. My grandson came in and took my phone. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead.
Miss Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign.
Leering Center!
This fraud is here.
What the hell? I'm going to the Leering Center.
So this is Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking?
What did I miss?
So evidently they have a Leering Center. So they have the Leering Center. Now they misspelled learning. The Quality Leering Center.
The Leering.
Don't open up! Don't open up!
Okay.
And then some lunatic comes Scott. Don't open up! It's ice! They're ice!
Okay. Hold on.
Are you gonna call them?
Hold on. Quit talking.
Okay.
That was so beautiful hearing that screaming. Don't open up.
24012. Sorry, mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification, press 5.
Oh yeah, they've been dude. This video has gotten over 1 million views.
Right.
Okay, yeah, there ain't okay.
The Leering Center, the Quality Leering.
And it's only one sign. Like, you would think you would do better, and you like, because I was thinking about working at like children's centers, and they usually have lots of colorful pastel images on the front.
Oh my God!
A window. This does not look like a quality Leering Center at all.
This looks like some backstreet bar. Look at that! Look at that! I would never bring my child to this.
Chill
place.
out,
Look
no
at that!
child. Absolutely, I totally think that it looks like a shady place.
Oh my goodness!
But it's the quality. No. Wait. Hold on. It's the Quality Leering Center. You walk in, and there's a stripper pole, and you can leer at the naked women.
Oh my
I'm
God!
just saying.
Let's do it.
Or you might get leered at.
Exactly.
Leered at.
No, they're not even trying. No way.
They said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up! We have ice!
Ma'am, what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million over the
Open up! It's ice!
$4 million fucking dollars 2 years?
$4 million.
What do you think about that?
$4 million.
Are you in favor? Are you in favor of that?
God.
Go away! You're not welcome here! Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9 million?
Now listen, shame on you. They're trying to shame them into this. This is what they do. This is exactly what they do.
Going illegally.
Stop.
Fraudulently.
Stop. $4 million. And they can't even spell learning right.
You know what's amazing about this?
That's just nuts.
Do you know what is amazing about this? I don't think there's anybody there to open it up. She's
right.
screaming, open up. There's nobody there to open it up because no one's there. It's a complete money laundering scheme. That's literally what it is. It's a money laundering scheme.
Yeah. But no. Remember, this is Tim Waltz's signature that he provided free childcare. Free, you know what I mean? Okay,
we got to.
I just have to say, this woman is so lovely, screaming its eyes and don't open up. I mean, it looks like a character from an SNL.
I know she looks. Yeah, you're right. She looks like a homeless person. I don't know. I don't even want to denigrate homeless people.
A character from SNL, like a comedy character from SNL.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what. That's perfect. Yeah, SNL. That's exactly what she looks like, doing some type of comedy.
To this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up! It's ice!
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children right here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare center.
There's 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
Oh, Albie Kitchen. Albie Kitchen. That's okay. That's the paint job that they got for the daycare.
Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child. You've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in here.
We're gonna educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelled learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None, not at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know, where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that here.
seen a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
In 8
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years?
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that this place is receiving $1.9 million?
It's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal offense.
Exactly. Send them to jail. No. Send them back to Somalia. That'd be worse.
I know. I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my God. Well, where? Yeah, it's just, I've never seen nobody here at all.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017, 2018.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours, we knew.
Okay, so they got almost $20 million in fraud that they've discovered by a guy that has a YouTube channel and his mom. That's ridiculous.
Nearly approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hell no. We going into Floydville?
Notice the Palestinian flag mounted right there. That tells you.
Place.
This place is called Future Leaders.
Where was the Palestinian flag? I'm sorry, I missed that.
The what?
The Palestinian flag, where was it?
Right here. Oh,
George.
What's that right there? Is that a Palestinian
Floyd's
flag?
neighborhood to expose more.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
that's
kind
not
of
a Pal-
like that, yeah.
Maybe that's not a Palestinian flag. Maybe that's like
The Black Lives Matter. It could be the
a
Black Lives Matter.
Jamaican.
No, hold on, stop. You know what that is? That's right outside of the Cub Food, they call it, where St. George Fentanyl Floyd, the saint of all fentanyl users, sacrificed his life to give us justice, according to Nancy Pelosi. That's where he died. That's his monument. So yeah, so that's the fist up. Yeah, fight.
Fraud taking
Okay,
place.
yeah, that's
This
a
place is
Palestinian
called
flag.
Future
Anyway, go ahead.
Leaders Early Learning Center, and it's licensed for 90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming they have 90 children every day of the week, 5 days a week.
I mean,
So let's
these
find
people
out.
are making just about more money than NBA athletes.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but we don't know where this money is going. Is it going to terrorism? Where is it going? But it's theft, it's fraud.
Where it's going is, for me, where it's going is kind of unimportant. Well, it is important, of course, especially if it's going to Al-Shabaab. But the fact is that these people are stealing it blind. That's the fact. And to not do anything about it. They've known about this for over 60 days, and there's been nothing done for it. Nothing done. No, I haven't seen any arrests. If people have not been arrested yet, that means that there is a cover-up going on. And these guys are just opening the door.
And
just got to walk through it.
The reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime off all this time I've spent on this. I put my life at risk several times. but I'm determined to see this through and to correct.
Okay, I hate to ask this, okay, but okay, if mom is driving the car, is mom also filming at the same time? Because that's
correct what is wrong.
No, I'm sure they got a driver. Pause it. Let me give you another pet peeve on this. Okay, the dude has the Bluetooth microphones. He's got 2 of them. They're clip-on, and he's holding them up. Okay, no, he should clip one onto the dude and one onto him. It really is pissing me off that he keeps doing this. Total amateur hour. Total amateur hour. Just go to Speaker's Corner and see how they do it. At Speaker's Corner, the dude will have like 6 or 7 Bluetooth microphones strapped onto him when he's speaking. But anyway, continue.
Future Leaders Early Learning Center. This building received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
Racist!
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
At least they have the inside wall. I mean, at least they're giving the appearance here. At least they've done
right.
something.
Okay. No, let's pause here. Maybe some of them are kind of legit daycare centers, so they're caught up. But look at this. They're just being racist here at this point.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, a white dude wants to... No, you can't do this.
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody?
You talk to the manager.
Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children. Why are there no children?
They're two of Mexico.
Would my son
wait,
hold on.
Pause. So we got a time frame. It's 2 o'clock. She just said it's 2 o'clock. Why are there no children here? It's 2 o'clock. This is a daycare. I'm sorry, if you're working a factory shift, that is usually 7 to 3, 3:30. Okay. No, the children should.
I worked at a daycare. I did Jumpstart, I did AmeriCorps, and yeah, you usually go to 3.
Exactly.
No,
2:30. They should. Yeah, 2:30. They be kids there. You know what I mean?
And I don't mean to be mean, but like, shouldn't you be knowing how to speak English too? Like, wouldn't you want to have someone who's a representative at your front desk who's speaking English, especially
if there's an emergency? You got to be able to
millions of dollars. You're paying millions of dollars. You should have your staff being educated in English. Like the staff at the front desk should know English. And it's not a stunt. Of course, you're coming from another country, but you need to have someone in your staff who's able to communicate. Most jobs you have to be bilingual. You know, so I'm
especially
like, shocking that you would have someone at the front desk who does not know how to communicate, like at all. She's like, no, I don't know, guard, business guard. I'm like, this is not a representation you should be having at your front desk. You know, if you're getting $1,000, you get taking an ESL training class is not too hard.
Bingo, especially if you get $1.5 million a year. Okay, for a little storefront, yes. Okay, you should know. But no, seriously. But no, you can verify. No, seriously, factory jobs are 7 to 3, 3:30. Okay. Either way, kids should still be there at 2:30. Okay, if you're working factory jobs. Office jobs are 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. Okay. Either way, remember, these are like infants. These are toddlers that the parents go where they can go work their jobs. You know what I mean? Even if you're working at a McDonald's or a Burger King, okay, you're still working, okay, you can work morning shift, okay, at 1:30, okay. But either way, you're still working a split shift. No, I'm sorry. The kids should be there at 2:30. You know what I mean?
Well, I know that if for example, most daycares will close at 6. And if you're not there by 6 o'clock, then you have to pay an extra fee because that's what time they're closing, and they have to pay somebody to stay there later than what their operating hours are. Okay, let's see what else he has to say.
No friends for little Joey.
Yes, sorry.
Dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare. And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center. We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5?
Give a number?
Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's...
So why are you asking us about
the fraud?
and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
Smart move.
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah.
Dang.
That's our number, and you have to call it. But this is a... we can't let you guys in. So.
Okay, thank you. So once again...
Okay, well, hold on. See if you can find the number.
He can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
I'll call the number.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
Is there a number? Well,
The fraud?
Is there a
Yeah, because
number?
we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
My question, if she's legit, she'd be like, yeah, there's no problem.
So once they accept him if he has autism,
Hold on,
maybe we could check him in.
Wait, whoa,
Still
whoa,
looking for
I just
daycare.
had it.
Government funds that maybe we could check him in.
Okay. Telephone number. Here we go.
612
Okay, I got it.
354
1-612-354
2288. It looks like.
Okay. Hello.
This is Google number.
Well, it is Sunday, 6:45 p.m. So,
But you could probably get an answering machine.
yeah, I would hope that you would get an answering machine. Minneapolis Autism Center.
And are there certified teachers there? What's an autism center anyway?
Right. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I've never even heard of such a thing. Have you?
I have.
Okay. I'm so calling this tomorrow. Write the number down. Text it. We're so calling this tomorrow.
Okay. So they. Okay. Here we go.
But no. Wait. Stop. Let me just comment on this. Think about this. Wait a second. No, this exposes another thing. All of a sudden, there's autism. All of a sudden, federal government funds autism centers. All of a sudden, autism increases. Hello? Do you see the correlation here?
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, definitely. That is.
You know what I mean?
When you start throwing federal dollars at something,
all of a sudden your kid is autistic.
It's gonna go up. Exactly.
Boom! I'd get money for this. No, seriously, but anyway, no, oh my God, that's a total branch, not a thread. That's a total branch in this story. But anyway, continue on. Let's hear more of this, dude. I love this guy, but I think he could have done a better job. But anyway, continue on.
The daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center? Probably, so you don't really know.
Are you a news reporter?
Kids they serve.
After being able to provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner. We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super Kids Daycare Center. Interestingly, this daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare, and it had received $2.45 million this fiscal year, 2025. They had to shut down because there were so many violations. And they went and they just reopened under a new license, and they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC.
So they got shut down, then started another one.
Literally the next day.
Creative Minds.
Okay, so somebody's, if they're getting shut down, somebody has to be on the ground there investigating these places. I mean, either that or maybe you're filing. Maybe you're filing. They're not filing the stuff correctly, or not filing the appropriate forms.
Well, even if they're getting shut down, why are they still able to reopen? Same owners, right?
Well, he didn't say that. They didn't say the same owner. They just said
but
the
you
same
sell
facility.
it, right?
Same facility.
Anyway.
All you have to do is just put somebody else's name on the
This
document.
is just total freaking fraud, dude.
Daycare, $2.45 million got sent to this daycare center. We have.
Okay, let's call it. Let's see.
And there's one of those vans. Look at that. Shocking.
952.
I'm sorry. This is like such low level, low level kind of showcasing of like trying
the
for
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Ridiculous.
At the tone, please record your message.
All right, so that
This is
goes
embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Like they're not even trying.
Exactly.
Like I mean, like you see some people who do like serious fraud where they have like a front and they make a whole bunch of effort in their fraud. I actually took a class called Detecting Financial Crimes because I was doing a legal studies minor, and a lot of people do a lot of effort in their fraud. There's like this is the lowest level of effort. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what the Queen talks about. If people would just put as much effort into defrauding people and trying to steal your money as they would in an actual job, they would make a lot more money, and it would be legitimate too. Now the thing here's what I want to point out about this van here. You see this van. Okay, this is supposed to be the daycare bus or whatever. Here in Kafiristan, we had a representative. He's on the Fox News network. Was a Democrat, black guy. I cannot. Harold Ford. There we go. Harold Ford. Parents ran a string of daycare centers in the Memphis area, and one of the vans that they were operating was taking kids home from the daycare, and they forgot a child in the van, and the child ended up dying of exposure. I'm not sure if it was the heat or if it was freezing or whatever. The child ended up dying. So what the Ford family did was they go straight to the legislature and say, oh no, we cannot ever let this happen again. Any daycare that operates now for going forward, they cannot just have a normal van, because you cannot check those adequately because of what happened here. They have to have these kinds of buses, which cost 5 times as more, in order to provide transportation to and from daycare.
Are you freaking serious?
I am. What's that?
I said, are you freaking serious?
I'm serious. This is how they got out of it. They said, well, we pushed this legislation to keep that from happening. Keep what from happening? Well, leaving kids in a van like you did. And they got away with it. That's why Harold Ford was able to be elected and ran for the state senate here in Tennessee and lost. That's why he moved to New York. But anyway, okay.
How about this? The driver of the van is responsible for checking said van to make sure kids are off said van.
Stop. No, you're asking for somebody to exercise some personal responsibility. Can't do that.
Okay, anyway, continue.
Empty parking lot. We do have a bus here. This is different. We'll see if we see anybody. I knocked on the door. Absolutely nobody was inside. And once again, no children could be heard anywhere. So David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside. Licensed for over 50 kids. No children anywhere. But yet, millions of dollars every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble, they had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland, 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So that's fraud right there alone.
Millions and millions of dollars, and again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
You'd think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
They just write the check. Human Services, they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same address?
On top of all of the child care centers, that's just only a small piece of the fraud. What other fraud are they committing here in Minnesota?
So another major piece of the fraud is the home health care industry. Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home health care companies in the same building.
Okay,
home healthcare too. It's not just daycare; it's home healthcare too. Wow.
Now it's home healthcare. Now they're defraud. I mean, what type of documentation do you have to provide government officials? I mean, this is also government officials sitting on their ass, not doing anything, not providing any type of supervisory or what do we call that? Where you observe, not observe.
So Eric, one thing we have to do as teachers is we have to have licenses. Like we have to take exams and get licenses. You don't just get to teach. So it's like, how do these people have centers where they don't have licenses? You would have to have licenses. And
well, they would do the same. Okay, no. They would do the same thing that they're doing out in California for truck drivers. They're sending them to these scam schools and having them going and take these scam tests and giving them scam licenses so they can go out and operate, 80-ton vehicles going down the highway at 80 miles an hour. They would do the same exact thing if they did that. And I'm sure that they have I'm sure you have some sort of training that you have to go through in order to operate one of these facilities, or you have to have some type of licensing.
I have to say, I'm ashamed.
Oversight, that was the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I literally have to say, I am ashamed. As someone who has an IQ above 90, no, I don't have a 145 IQ, but
149.
Whatever. But it is, above 90 or 80 or whatever they have. I have to say, I am ashamed that I am not the kingpin running these scams. You know what I mean? Seriously. Okay.
It's just.
Maybe Ryan, because you're actually a decent human being, and you're not.
Yes, that's the thing. That stupid
you actually have a conscience. You have a conscience that you wouldn't want to scam millions of dollars from tax-paying Americans and get refuge in the United States. Like you actually have, a sense of decency.
I agree with I agree with that conscience thing. I agree. If it wasn't,
it isn't that. It's who is the money. I mean, here you have people who have gone through the legislative process, which is a nut roll in itself, to get this money allocated for kids who truly need it, make a case for it, and then once you do that, you have vultures like this swoop in and start stealing it from the kid that it's intended for. That's what.
So here, let me just finish up my thought. He said you're absolutely right. It's this whole conscience thing. It's this whole thing. Like, oh my God. I mean, no. Honestly, the criminal part of my mind says these guys are brilliant for doing this, and we should all be ashamed of us for letting them get away with it. Because they're not hiding it. They're not being elaborate about it. They're just openly ripping us off. You know what I mean? And again, if they're openly ripping us off, if everybody's just stealing, then why shouldn't everybody steal? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. But
I see what you're saying, but it's sickening and it's vile.
No,
it's like a vile thing to do.
I agree with you. Totally vile. But here's the problem. This is what I'm saying. Everybody, they're like doing it. And dude, these are not geniuses doing it. But they're still doing it. And they're outsmarting our bureaucrats and our politicians or maybe they're in on it. I don't know. It's probably a conglomerate of the whole thing. Some of them are in on it. Some of them are just stupid. Some of them are just, hey, I just show up for work and I punch out my form and that's it. You know what I mean? But bottom line is this.
But
dude.
someone's signing off on this, dude. Someone's
Exactly.
seeing this stuff. So
exactly.
And I'm sorry, that person who's doing that needs to be fired. Like, seriously. Like, you
not
are
just fired. No, but here's the problem, Issa. They don't get fired, they get promoted. Because if you fire them, that means you're admitting guilt. So therefore, if we promote them, that means there is no admission of guilt. They get promoted, they keep their pensions, they keep their multi-million-dollar pensions from working. Oh my God, it just my mind's gonna
infuriating.
Be yeah,
all right.
infuriating.
We got a couple more minutes. We got to close it up, guys.
All right, well, let's continue on. No,
I just want to say one shocking thing. These people aren't trying. They're not even like
yes!
people make a huge effort to do defrauding. These people aren't trying to defraud.
So why shouldn't we? No, that's my point. Why shouldn't we? I'm just saying. Okay, no, I'm not saying we should do this, but I'm saying, okay, it's no. Why? No, seriously. Do you see the problem with this? Everybody's doing it, so we should all do it. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
It's just these people who are doing it, though.
14 of the same healthcare companies in one building.
14 home healthcare companies with different names in the same building.
How bad has Tim Walz managed the budget here inside of Minnesota?
So, the last biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium. How in the world can you burn through $24 billion in 2 years? This is how, right here. This is a
$25 billion.
And so would you say
$25 billion. Wait, stop. Minnesota built $24 billion. Governor Tim No Balls Walz is bragging. Well, we have a balanced budget. Blah blah. We have no 20. Oh my God.
Yeah, to think that this guy was put on a national ticket is that's got to. I mean, whoever made that decision in the Harris campaign has got to be the dumbest. It's got to be dumber than I can't.
They should have put Bernie Sanders. Clearly, they would have had a better chance of winning with that. Like, they put the person that nobody knows and is pretty deeply incompetent. That ticket really messed up. You know what I'm saying? They had no idea of, like...
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, they had no idea of, like, what the audience was for the people.
All right, let's go ahead and do this, guys. Let's go ahead and just finish this up next Sunday. How's that?
All right, sounds good.
Because we're at the 25-minute. Let me write this down.
We're 25 minutes in? Wow, this is a bigger documentary than I thought.
Yeah,
this is
25, 54, because they're going to go to this building where all these daycare or healthcare centers are. So at 25, 50-minute mark.
Oh, the tease. You're giving us a tease now.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and shut it down. Both my grandsons are here. And I got to go out and referee all of that. Not that I don't have to referee it, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. How is this up here? And there we go. All right. So we'll be back here next Sunday. I plan on being back here next Sunday. We're going to be here at 5 p.m. We're going to try to make this regular on Sundays at 5 p.m. So God bless you. Thanks for coming. Isa, good luck with you there in Israel. We're glad to see you made it safe. Get some sleep, dude.
Yes, I will. I'm glad I got to stay with you the whole time.
What is it, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, it is.
I haven't, late. My bedtime is at 9, so I couldn't imagine staying up till 3.
I know.
Yeah, and I get
with good folks.
All right. God bless everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you next week on the Crossing Discussion Group. Everybody in chat, again, thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Advanced student and specialist, that the standard narrative has holes. That's what
that the Muslims were rioting against one another. And as much as we don't want to face the fact, the Muslims were lying sometimes. They were fabricating, they were embellishing, and that might be hard to accept, but that is a reality.